everyone. Now today we're doing something a little bit bold. We're gonna be pulling down the car yet again. The car has the Vortech 2.87 pulley on the car right now, making about 13.5 pounds of boost. We're gonna be going down to a Griptec 2.7 inch pulley, which should bring it up to around like 15 and a half pounds of boost, I believe. And we should make around like 470 wheel horsepower at least, according to the dyno. Now obviously dyno numbers don't really mean everything, it's just a tool, but we're gonna find out for sure this weekend when I do go ahead and run the car. So if you guys are enjoying the channel, enjoying the content, make sure you guys drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and also turn those post notifications, man. I'm not too sure if I'm gonna go ahead and get this car on the dyno today because I technically am being squeezed in, and we have the radios on the back. They're aired down to 25 psi, and it is also hotter than what it was when I last had the car on the dyno. So if I were to go ahead and put the car on the dyno, let's say, you know, we had time to go ahead and do it, because I believe I'm actually being squeezed in here because it's like a quick job. Hopefully it's a quick job. Shit. It probably would read like literally the same as it did before, which was like 437 wheel horsepower, or maybe even lower because the tires are actually aired down even more and it's even hotter outside. Again, dynos don't really mean anything. What matters is how the car runs. So we'll see soon enough when we do go ahead and get this car up against some heavy hitters. Now we are still going to be on the same tune. This tune, the timing is conservative. It's like 17 pounds. It's like 17 degrees of timing. So only thing I'm going to do is log the air fuel, make sure that's all good, and we're just going to go ahead and send it because the timing's not aggressive. I know the car has enough fuel for sure. We got a Walbro pump in the back. We also have 80-pound injectors. So I think I actually passed my exit. Alright, so it turns out I did go ahead and miss my exit, but this kind of made me remember something. Like yesterday when I was driving the car, like it was like bogging out. It was idling like complete ass. And I went ahead and popped the hood because I got a code that read like the math reader was low or something like that. A code I've never got before. So I went ahead and popped the hood, and turns out that my mass airflow sensor, like it wasn't plugged in all the way, because I've always like went ahead and just like pushed it in, but this time I like really squeezed it and it made like a clip sound, like it actually was attached, and it like fixed all those issues. I know that probably sounds like such a no-brainer and like a, you know, dummy moment, but if you guys are having like some high idle or just like rough idle, or just the car is just not running right, check your mass airflow sensor. Sometimes they do come undone, they do come, you know, unfastened, because again, bumpy roads, turbulence, that is going to go ahead and, you know, affect how your car can run, especially if that mass airflow meter is not connected. So make sure you guys have that checked, because that was like a stupid mistake, but at the same time it's like if that thing is not plugged up all the way and like you go beating on the car, that's really not good at all. So make sure you're like, you know, double triple checking everything, because you know shit could go bad pretty quick. All right, so we're getting the pulley swapped out right now. Hopefully everything goes well. Let me know what y'all think this car is gonna make. Again, I'm not too sure if we're gonna go ahead and roll on the dyno because I'm 100% getting squeezed in. We got a full house in this shop, and this isn't even like the shop that I go to get like heavy work done, but this is packed. This is pretty cool. They got a Cobra back here, Oxford White, the Oxford White Mach 1. I think this is gonna be a Whipple build, I'm pretty sure. The motor's actually been out of this car for quite some time. Remember I took this car here like months ago, and this car has like been in the same spot, so I'm not really too sure what's going on. Probably the part shortages and stuff like that, but it's clean. Got a lightning up there. If you guys can see back there, they got some motors. So it's a full house in here today.
1
Alright, so I'm back at my spot. Now, I did do a little bit of a test pull after jumping on the highway. I did a 60 roll rolling into it in third gear. I only went up to 5,800 RPM, and at 5,800 RPM, the car did make 10.7 pounds of boost. Now, previously, with the 2.87 pulley, this car would make around 9 pounds, 9.4 pounds of boost at that RPM. So I'm really excited to see what this car is going to do when I do shift it at 6,300 RPM, because that's kind of where I do take this car up to when I am racing it. Now also, I did go ahead and check the fuel levels. The fuel's good, AFR is good. The fuel pump duty cycle after that pull was like at 45%. So I think once we do the 6,300 RPM pull, it's going to be at like 60%, which is still good. So I'm really excited to see how this is going to perform. Remember, it is 100+ degrees outside. My IATs were over 100, and that was rolling into it. So this car is going to be a lot faster, going full watt, leaving at a 60 roll in third, and definitely a 40 roll in second gear. Now, something else that unfortunately had to be done when I did go ahead and swap from the 2.87 pulley to the 2.7 Griptec is I actually had to reuse the old Supercharger belt. So far, I haven't noticed any belt slip. Again, time will tell. I am gonna have to go ahead and swap this belt out soon, because this belt that's on the car right now, it's been on the car for damn near almost a year now, intermittently. I mean, it was removed during Texas 2K with the 312 pulley. We had a different belt on there, but I had a Gates RPM 106.6 previously, so that's what's on the car right now. So far, I haven't really noticed any slip. Again, it was just a rolling third gear roll at 5,800 RPM. So if it's gonna slip, we'll probably know about it within the next couple of days after I do start to go ahead and kind of get on this car and racing it again. I'm gonna try to go ahead and get a 106.2 belt. That's like the size down. I know that's gonna fit, because the belt that I had previously was a 106 even, and that actually did not fit. It was too tight. So we're gonna go a size down. Unfortunately, I don't think they even make an RPM belt for that, so I'm kind of skeptical on that. I want to test it out on this setup. If it does start to slip up top, we're gonna have to push pulley down with a different style of belt, and just probably have to change it like every couple of months or so, obviously, until we go ahead and replace the head with something bigger with the new motor setup. Now, previously this car made 437 wheel horsepower according to the dyno. That was in a 100-degree day with the radial 80-degree day with the radials on the back, and now it 100% makes more. I can just feel it just kind of up top. Even rolling in, it does feel a lot more stout, but again, we're gonna have to go ahead and test the car out. I get some heavy hitters, you guys know what I mean. Just test it out against stuff that these cars typically would not be able to go head to head with, even with a moderate boost setup. So let me know what you guys think this car is going to make as far as horsepower numbers. If it makes like 15 pounds of boost, it will 100% make somewhere, according to the dyno, in the 460 wheel horsepower range. Again, that's gonna be pretty damn solid for a 2-valve. Like I said, it's according to the dyno, that's with the radios on it. So realistically, it's probably like 470 or something like that. But if it makes 16 pounds of boost, whew, that's gonna be upper fours, hell, maybe even 500 wheel. But again, we're gonna have to go ahead and test it out and see. I think this car is gonna make at 6,300 RPM, full watt, maybe around 15 to 15.5 pounds of boost. We'll see. It's just entirely too hot outside right now to go ahead and do anything like that. Like, literally, it's uncomfortable, and I know it's not really good for the cars to be beating on them in this temperature. Something else I noticed with this car just now is I must have hit like a crazy bump or something like that, because like part of the tire, it just took like a chunk out the tire. I mean, it's not anything bad, because this happened to my old tire. I know for a fact it's not rubbing consistently. I think I hit like a crazy bump, so I'm just gonna put that right back there. Again, it's just only like on one part where it kind of just like cut it, so oh well. These Texas roads, I tell you. Luckily, it didn't cut it like deep, because like I said, this has happened before. I'm just gonna put this back here, and if it comes off, it comes off. Oh well.